You are listening to Christian Audio's production of What is the Gospel by Greg Gilbert. This book is read by Sean Pratt. This audio production is copyrighted 2010 and published by Christian Audio under an agreement with Good News Publishers, Crossway Books and Bibles, based on What is the Gospel, copyright 2010 by Greg Gilbert. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. Please visit christianaudio.com to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. Series Preface. The 9-Mark series of audiobooks is premised on two basic ideas. First, the local church is far more important to the Christian life than many Christians today perhaps realize. We at 9 Marks believe that a healthy Christian is a healthy church member. Second, local churches grow in life and vitality as they organize their lives around God's Word. God speaks. Churches should listen and follow. It's that simple. When a church listens and follows, it begins to look like the one it is following. It reflects His love and holiness. It displays His glory. A church will look like Him as it listens to Him. By this token, the listener might notice that all 9 marks taken from Mark Deaver's 2001 book, 9 Marks of a Healthy Church, published by Crossway Books, begin with the Bible. They are 1. Expositional preaching. 2. Biblical theology. 3. A biblical understanding of the gospel. 4. A biblical understanding of conversion. 5. A biblical understanding of evangelism. 6. A biblical understanding of church membership. 7. A biblical understanding of church discipline. 8. A biblical understanding of discipleship and growth. And 9. A biblical understanding of church leadership. More can be said about what churches should do in order to be healthy, such as pray. But these 9 practices are the ones that we believe are most often overlooked today, unlike prayer. So our basic message to churches is, don't look to the best business practices or the latest styles. Look to God. Start by listening to God's Word again. Out of this overall project comes the 9 Marks series of books. These volumes intend to examine the 9 marks more closely and from different angles. Some target pastors. Some target church members. Hopefully all will combine careful biblical examination, theological reflection, cultural consideration, corporate application, and a bit of individual exhortation. The best Christian books are always both theological and practical. It's our prayer that God will use this volume and the others to help prepare His bride, the church, with radiance and splendor for the day of His coming. Forward. More than 30 years of teaching theological students have shown me that the most controverted questions they ask vary from generation to generation. And the same is true of the broader Christian public. At one time, you could guarantee a heated debate by throwing out the question, "What do you think of the charismatic movement?" Or, "Is inerrancy worth defending?" Or, "What do you think about seeker-sensitive churches?" It is easy enough to find people willing to discuss these questions today, but there is usually little heat left in them, and not much more light. Today, the question most likely to light a fuse is, as the author of this volume points out, what is the gospel? One might usefully add that question's first cousin. What is evangelicalism? That these questions engender mutually exclusive answers, often dogmatically defended with only a minimum of reflection on the Bible, is quite frankly alarming because the issues are so fundamental. When evangelicals hold highly disparate opinions,